Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. We'll continue. M stood there speechless and looked on. Looked on means the whole attention is fixed. Revered Vinayakanandaji Maharaj was there when we were in Chennai Mutt. One of the senior Swamis. To call the attention of anyone is to just say, look here, look here. Look here means pay attention and observe, grasp, hold it in you. He stood speechless and looked on. It was as if he were standing where all holy places met, and as if Shukadeva himself were speaking the word of God, or as if Sri Chaitanya were singing the names and glories of the Lord in Puri with Ramananda, Swarup and other devotees. So here we see what was the atmosphere that was created and how he was captured. The most important part of the Guru or the Avatara and also of the Avatara, the saint, is he enters into the devotee's heart. Guru enters into disciple's heart and enshrines the Lord there. Avatara himself enters as the supreme reality in the heart of the. Here we see in M's heart, he has already entered. The first vision, the first sight, there is exchange. He has offered himself. The words of Master Mahashay, that is M, shows that he has given himself totally. He is a mature person working and in the family life. So he understands. He has got a shelter where he can safely be able to sail in this samsara. Sri Ramakrishna said, here another thing, facing east was there. I forgot to tell another, we usually say Purvabhimukha or Uttarabhimukha. While sitting for puja and this, that and all, especially anything that is concerned, even with sadhana, spiritual practices, sit facing north or facing east. In Sanskrit it is Purvabhimukha and Uttarabhimukha. Purvabhimukha has two meanings. Actually it is facing the sunrise, that is east, actual. Another is Purva means our ancient ancestors. Purvajaru. So we see that your tradition, you are in the tradition. Don't leave the past tradition. Purvabhimukha means Purva Abhimukha. Keep your face, keep your mind on the ancient people from where the tradition has begun. Follow the tradition, follow the Samskriti, culture. North means Uttara. In Sanskrit and Indian languages it is Uttara. Uttarottara. Be in a progressive way. Sit in a progressive, that you are going ahead. Go forward. East means to turn behind and see how they lived and how I have to live. Facing north means facing the future. That you are progressing the progressive path to the divine, the evolutionary path. You are on the evolutionary path. Be sure that you are in the evolutionary path. So Sri Ramakrishna said, we will continue. Sri Ramakrishna said, when hearing the name of Hari or Rama once, you shed tears and your hair stands on end, then you may know for certain that you do not have to perform such devotions as Sandhya anymore. Sandhya. The ritualistic part drops off. From childhood, we have been taught to do some small services to God, or do certain rituals, observe certain rituals in the name of God, like homa, this, that. In houses, simple. There will be an image of God, an idol, wash it, clean it, put sandal paste, keep few flowers, show incense stick, show lamp, offer some fruits or sweets, and end the worship. This is the minimum worship ritual that is taught. Still less is just to show an incense stick to the Lord and keep a few flowers. That is the simplest. These are the ritualistic part. It goes into very detailed and elaborate. We saw temple consecration and all, Durga Puja, how elaborate it is and how meaningful. Each step, each thing has got a significance. If we leave that inner meaning, we will be lost in the rituals. So this is, here he says, the ritualistic part as Sandhya. Sandhya Vandana is what we do 3 times a day at dusk, dawn, and in the mid-noon. So when the nature is changing from night to day, day to night, and afternoon to forenoon to afternoon, when it is changing, there is a calmness, a kind of calmness prevails. Even in the afternoon, forenoon, you can see all animals, birds getting up in the morning and running here, there, taking food. Afternoon, all will go and sit somewhere calmly. There won't be any sound. Again, by 2:30, 3 o'clock, they all get run, and whatever they can eat and gather, they finish, and again at dusk, they all will return to their nests and holes. So this is where a change is taking place and a calmness is prevailing. The nature is participating as if in the worship. of the Lord. So the mind also, human mind also, if it is not given to artificial living like modern days with electricity, so many gadgets and all, if it is not there, nature as it is, you will see that you will participate in the nature's worship. Morning, all birds, when I go to the Holy Mother's rock, I make one sound, they make so many sounds. One bird. So they are all singing the names of glory and glories of God as if they are doing Vedic chanting. So beautiful. Means morning when you see, in winter, this time we missed winter, it is still raining. A whistling bird, how beautiful it whistles, as if human whistle. So like that, the nature itself, every insect, everything is participating. When evening comes, you can see all these are retiring, and nocturnal birds and things are slowly getting up and start moving about. For them it is day. Yanisha sarva bhuteshu. So this you see that in those calm hours, your mind also, being a part of nature, calms down. If you are not artificially strained yourself with so many things, unwanted things, if you live with nature, you will see a beautiful atmosphere. Revered Bhajanandaji Maharaj used to tell us, you should not be within the room during sunrise and sunset. You must be outside, witnessing the sunrise, and it gives jnana, wisdom, knowledge. It gives you bhakti, because you are penetrating through the nature. Nature is changing her clothes from night to day, day to night. During that interval, there is as if nature is nude and we are able to see through beyond the nature, as if she has become transparent, like glass. When glass person is there made and kept, and you are covered with cloth, remove the cloth, you can see through behind. Nature is like that. So Sandhya Vandana has come into all our festivals also. Every festival you can see associated with the nature. Our spiritual practices are associated with nature. Nature's participation must be there for making our path easy. Otherwise, we will be strained. Just like I am going by cycle. Cycle, my own energy, my own driving. I am putting my efforts and going. If I use a scooter, the energy is of nature. Driving is mine. I am utilizing the nature's forces. I am utilizing it to go towards the divine. So, this Sandhya Vandana is one of the important disciplines of Hinduism. In other religions also it is there. That you are moving towards the divine. Sandhya Vandana. It is a ritualistic part also is there, but simplest is to call on God during those hours. Then Achamana, then getting rid of the impurity, so many rituals are there. It is just 15 to 20 minutes. You can pull on up to 1.5 hours also, doing Gayatri Japa and all that. But minimum about 15 to 20 minutes of ritual it is, with little water and a thing. Even flowers and all are also not there in Sandhya Vandana, but it is a ritual. It's a ritual. Ritual means your bodily participation, mental participation are there. Mind and body is participating in it. And also vak, speech. Speech, body and mind participate, then we call it ritual. When hearing the name of Hari or Rama once, you shed tears. Sometimes, at least rarely, we see when we hear some fine songs and all, people shedding tears. Bhajans especially. Here light is not there, all right. Shall I continue? So we see there are occasions when we shed tears, but there won't be horripilation. Hairs standing on the end. He gives two signs when you start shedding tears. When hearing the name of God once, somebody says Rama and you start. Or see a picture of Rama or Krishna or some Devata and you shed tears and there is horripilation. Commonly when we hear bhajans and things like that and shed tears, there is a dearth. Inside there is something want. When horripilation is there and shed tears, the link has been established with God. Because it is not tear of dearth, but tear of something having touched. He has touched something, like a totally dark place. The child was sleeping with mother, and child has moved away at night, and then suddenly gets up and sees mother is not there by the side, and he starts weeping. Mother is in full sleep. Reverse. And then the child waits, then it starts searching for the mother. It goes on touching here, there, and he cannot find. He will see, oh, pillow is there. This one, he understands. Finally, he touches the mother. The moment he touches the mother, he understands, oh, this mother is here. This, he has not seen the mother, but he has felt the mother. This is tears of joy. When hearing the name of God, when tears are shed, horripilation is there, it means he has link. It is the second stage of love of God. First, stage is when we, like beggars, we are in front of God asking for help because we are helpless. With all efforts, we are not able to keep the mind on God constantly. Struggle goes on, struggle goes on. I should not forget God, I should not forget God. But it is not possible. Even sitting for meditation, we will be either entering into sleep or entering into a world of thoughts. So this kind of helplessness, if it is only that much, no problem. Here the world will be giving constant pain. The neighbor will be there to make you weep. So all the with things, arms, some people are standing around and you have to cope up with all this. So the soul gets tired. It wants help to live in the world and to attain God. Then he goes on, it begins with prayer. Life, spiritual life begins with prayer. Pray, pray, pray. You accept me, you accept me. Take me, take me. Give me shelter at your feet. Goes on praying. Constant prayer, Sri Ramakrishna says, 4 things. Singing the names and glories of God, now and then entering into solitude, then satsanga, and then constant prayer, intense prayer. These 4 will awaken love in the heart. So with the prayer, he listened to here, there, find some book, go through, and thus he acquires. After a year, within a year you will see of the beginning of the real struggle, within a year, a little love has awakened. And all these days, for a year or 2, you have been doing self-offering. I am yours, I am yours. Tavasmi, aham tavasmi, I am yours. Then when love, a drop of love awakens within, he has established the link. Now once the link is established, he feels great peace because love is awakened. Till now he was a beggar, now he wants to give something to God. He was asking from God, now he wants to give. The stage of worship, from the prayer he enters into the stage of worship. In stage of worship, it is Tvam Mamasi. The second stage he enters, you are mine. First stage is I am yours. Second stage is you are mine. The third stage, of course, will be I and you are one. Tavevaham. So this, in the second stage, the asking and thing has, giving and taking has ended. Then the real love comes. Now, first stage of I am yours, I am yours, I am yours, he has finished. You are mine, you are mine. Second stage. When stage of you are mine comes, there is no more rituals necessary. Physical rituals, bringing the sandal paste, this, that and all, its purpose is over. It is like kindergarten, where the children are taught with specific lines to write between. Copywriting. So this we see, these were all rituals and all were necessary for picking up abhyasa. Then once the relationship between God and himself is established, all this end. When does it end? Sri Ramakrishna is telling. When you can authoritatively give up the rituals. Or, here in the words of Sri Ramakrishna, so two signs. One is tears start dropping when hearing the name of God even once. And hairs stand on their end. Horripilation is there. So these two are the signs that your internal link is established. Otherwise, normally we weep is something asking. He is in the first stage of prayer, not yet begun the worship stage of giving to God. Know for certain that you have not to perform such devotions as the Sandhya anymore. Then only you will have a right to renounce rituals. Till then you cannot renounce till you have established the link with God, you cannot give up the work and activities. Especially the ritualistic part of disciplines. Rituals will drop away of themselves, or rather, rituals will drop away by themselves. You can't do. Sri Ramakrishna's life, you see, he begins with the worship. A day comes when he cannot do the worship. He cannot do the worship because he is in ecstatic state of the feeling the presence of God. Who will worship? He is not able to worship. Worship falls off by itself. Rituals fall off by themselves. Then it will, because the Krishna also specifies this in Bhagavad Gita, what is sannyasa, renunciation. It is not renouncing the Agni or the karma. It is renouncing the ego. Change the attitude. Rituals will drop away. Then it will be enough if you repeat only the name of Rama or Hari or even simply Om. Continuing, he said, the Sandhya merges in Gayatri and Gayatri merges in Om. These are the stages of evolution. How do we unfold in spiritual life, spiritual unfoldment from ritualistic, the portion which we begin, we end up with the non-dual experience of oneness with God. Ending. So, stage by stage, just like entering into school and coming out as a graduate or postgraduate. Then it will be enough if you repeat only name of Rama or Hari or simply Om. The hearing the name of God, he is touching God as if. He is not seeing, but an unknown experience, the heart feels the touch of God. Then each time you repeat the name of God, he is moving towards it is like you are sitting in a boat or a steamer and it is night and far off you are able to see now. Till now you are not able to see anything, there was no light. Now you have come to a stage where on the bank you are able to see the lighthouse which blinks. So when you see the lighthouse, you are sure it is there, I have to go. Each repetition of God's name, you are rowing one step ahead. More joy, more freedom, internal. That as much the world falls off from us, so much of freedom. As much we go towards the divine, so much freedom, so much joy. So repetition of name at this stage has a different effect. Earlier also we repeat the name, japa, it has a different effect. We'll see tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Mastu.